Betaglass Plc. Let us analyze. In this video, we'll look at CSI code. Do they have anyone attached to their name, whether it is BAA, whether it is MRF, whether it is DIP? Is anyone attached to their name? We'll check. Number 2, we look at their free flow status. Number 3, we look at their fundamental analysis, and we check their revenue, profitability level, and if possible, we check their debt level. Then we look at their technical analysis, and at the end, I give my own opinion. Let's get into it. So number 1 is to check their compliance status indicator. This is Betaglass, currently selling at 498 naira 550 kobo. 498 naira 50 kobo. The 52-week low is 109 naira 80 kobo. 109 naira 80 kobo. While the 52-week high is 498 naira 50 kobo, which means this current price is selling at is the all-time high. All-time high. Who should pay attention to this? Anybody who is trading or going into a stock on a short term should always pay attention to this 52-week low, 52-week high. Because if a stock is at its highest, then is it a time to enter when you are trading short term? It is not the best, except you are banking on a strategy like breakout strategy, or you want to ride on the momentum, and you know that the momentum must not have gone so far that you are just entering. It means the moment is just building up that momentum. That is the point you enter into the trade. I hope you get my point. So pay attention, or as a trader, as a short-term investor, always pay attention to this 52-week low, 52-week high. It is not the best to enter as at when it is at its 52-week high. But if you are an investor, long-term investor, as long as their fundamentals are good, you can see their accounts, their financial statements is okay, their leadership position, you have analyzed their financial risk, operational risk, then you are good to go. So let's quickly check their financial statements, where we are going to look at their free flow status. Do they have a free flow status reported at all? So this is substantial interest in shares. It is not stated categorically their free flow status, but we can see the substantial interest in shares. Substantial interest in shares. So for Betaglass, that's the major owner of Betaglass. They are 61.88% as of 2025. Frigo Invest also has 8.17%. Then Stanbic IBTC Nominees Nigeria Limited has 5.95%. These are the companies that have above 5% substantial holdings. By the time we calculate all this together, we should have something around the region of 75%. So I want to believe that their free flow status is above 20%. Is above 20%. Remember that 20% is the required minimum when you are on the main board of the NGX. So they meet up with that requirement. As far as CSI code is concerned, which is compliance status indicator, Betaglass does not have anyone attached to his name, whether it is means return filing, which means they are compliant, they have a clean sheet when it comes to their CSI code. So you have no cost to fear if you are investing in Betaglass. But please stay to the end. You will know whether it is good for you to invest. I'm going to state my opinion at the end. And because I don't want to bore her so much with checking their financial status, they have also done something for us to work with, which is we go to page 70. Let's quickly go to page 70, where we have the 5-year summary of their accounts. They did a 5-year summary, and that's wonderful. It's even stated there it's not required by IFRS. IFRS is the financial reporting standard that we use. The meaning of IFRS is International Financial Reporting Standard. That's the reporting standard we follow in Nigeria. It does not require them to publish their 5-year financial record, but they have taken it upon themselves. They are so sure of themselves, and they have decided to publish it. So quickly, let's look at it. As you can see, 5-year financial summary. Now, let's go to their income statements. You know, I love looking at the income statement. Revenue, for instance, you can see their revenue from 2021. This is 2021. It has grown, consistent growth. Consistent growth. In 2021, it was 36.9 billion. It is billion, don't forget, thousand is being suspended up here. So 36.9 billion in 2021. It moved to 54.3 billion in 2022. 2023, it moved to 62. It moved to 62.9 billion. 2023. In 2024, grew to 117.5 billion, and in 2025 it still grew to 149.1 billion. So this tells you that Betaglass is highly profitable, is a profitable business, and you can see their profit as well. There is a consistent growth, even though 2021 and 2022 there was a slight decline, but after 2022 you can see they've had consistent growth. Even see from 2024 to 2025 their profit for the year doubled. In 2024 it was 13.6 billion. Now in 2025 it's 33.2 billion. So they have a strong fundamental. They have a strong fundamental. You can see their balance sheet as well. Summary of their balance sheet. This is their total assets. You can see their asset, see their liability. So when you look at the net assets, their net asset also grew. I love this. They made this simple for investors to analyze their financial statements. I love the way this is being done. 5-year financial summary. For at times when we want to do this, we have to look for some tools to use, but they have made this so simple for us to analyze. As far as Betaglass is concerned, for me, sincerely, I love the way they have reported, and their auditor is Ernst & Young. It's not just a random auditor out there. It is one of the big four that audited Betaglass. Now, quickly, let's look at their technical analysis. You can see 52-week low. We are in April now, so let's say it's moved from this region, around this region of 100, and currently is at its all-time high. It got to this all-time high sometime around September last year. Now there was a bit retracement to around 360, 372, then it went back up here. So from here, where is it going to? That's the question. Drop it in the comment section if you know. From this, is it going up? Is Betaglass going up, or is it coming down? Drop your opinion in the comment section. So what is my conclusion? You know, one thing is that they have the pricing power. They make packaging bottles for all these Nigerian breweries, international breweries, for FMCGs. There is a strong demand from FMCG, fast moving consumer goods sector. Consistent revenue and profit growth, they have that, and they have a low debt profile. So Betaglass remains highly profitable relative to Nigerian industry peers thanks to semi-monopolistic positioning. They have that semi-monopolistic positioning. But in the NGX, that is the only company that produces glass. So they have that advantage even in the NGX. So what is my own opinion? Betaglass is a buy for long term. This is my own opinion, and it is not a financial advice. If you want to go on a short term, then go back to the technical analysis. Is it a time to buy? Should you just wait for a retest? For me, if I'm to go on a short term, I will wait for a retest, even though there's a caveat to that because of the strong result they just released. They just released a strong release. So I won't be surprised if I see a strong upward trend. I won't be surprised because of the strong results they just released. However, remember, if you are trading on a short term, technical analysis is what you should bank on. Go and check the charts. What is the chart saying? Do you understand? You need to study it. It is not just what we have spoken about it that you are going to bank on to trade. I hope you get my point. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, kindly do by clicking on the subscribe button. Click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we release a new video. So we meet in our next video. Stay blessed.